This was without a doubt the worst weather you could ever have at a convention in general. It was terrible, dude. If you were at Anime North, I was this guy with four eyes walking around not knowing where the fuck I was going. Oh my god. I have so much to talk about right now. This cough is totally not because of all the shit I had to go through in Anime North, and I totally don't have con flu. I just got back from Anime North. So there's 3 days in Anime North. There's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday was the first day of the convention. Very nice. Bad thing was I had work on Friday, so right after work, like I freaking hightailed it to the Toronto Congress Center because I knew like those parking spaces would be filled. There was nowhere for me to park. I asked them, can I just park on the side here? And they said, yeah, sure. And didn't think much about it. Then I come back and boom, I got a ticket. It was a $60 parking ticket. Anything over $100, I start getting really mad. I'm like, fuck, dude. I learned from my mistake, never parking there again, and I'm never trusting anyone who tells me, oh no, you could park there. It's fine. So yeah, that was Friday. Friday was chill. It wasn't a rainy day. It was a beautiful day, maybe a little windy, but it was pretty good. There was a rave. I went to that. I ended up coming home at around like 1 a.m. Then came Saturday, and here is where it gets crazy. This was without a doubt the worst weather you could ever have at a convention in general. It was terrible, dude. Not only was it raining, it was so fucking windy, dude. And I felt so bad for the cosplayers. Like, I was also cosplaying Pun Pun, right? And it would be super windy. Like, you see people holding umbrellas trying to like keep themselves dry, but then the wind would literally just blow it reverse. And yeah, it got so bad, literally all outdoor activities were just canceled. Like, they did no outdoor activities, and I think they pushed it indoors, like into the south building or whatever. Anyway, enough of me blabbering. Let me actually show you the pictures from the convention. Here are all the pictures from the convention. Okay, let's just start off with something I think is the most important. So a year ago, I cosplayed Pun Pun at the same convention, 2025, Anime North 2025, and I ran into a cosplayer who was doing a Squirrel Girl cosplay from Marvel Rivals. Last year, I did this whole thing where I would print the god face from Pun Pun, and I printed it out on Walmart as like a magnet, and I'd carry it around with me. And any person who recognized my cosplay, it's like, oh, Pun Pun, I would give them a magnet. And yeah, I gave it to everybody. That also included giving it to the Squirrel Girl cosplayer who recognized that I was Pun Pun. And that was last year. And then this year, I actually ran into her again. She actually mentioned to me that she was actually doing an Aiko cosplay on Sunday. And she asked me if I was coming on Sunday. And you know me, every year in Anime North, I go for the entire weekend. I'm not a one-day con goer. I go for the entire weekend. And yeah, we ended up doing it. And this is her. Pretty cool. She's also, I actually think she has a Twitch as well. I don't know if she actively streams, but check her out. She made me, because I gave her a magnet of the god face from last year, she actually ran into me again and she made me this really cool bracelet that says Pun Pun on it. And you know me, I love bracelets. I have like 3 of them that my friend made. This was really cool. And yeah, it was really nice of her to make that. Let's go on to the pictures as well. But this is a pretty much like a full thing of my cosplay here. I actually have to cut the video out because it shows my face because I had to take off the mask. Oh shit. You guys didn't see that. So the problem with this god face is I pretty much made it on, I stuck it with duct tape on a stick and I put it on the back of my backpack and put a bunch of duct tape on it to make it look like it was following me. And this was cool for the first day. The problem was Saturday, the freaking horrible weather day of the weekend. Wearing that thing was going to be a headache because of the extreme winds. I knew by the second I wear this, it was going to blow away. Yeah, it was quite crowded today, and I think the reason why yesterday was a pretty terrible weather, so people decided to come on Sunday because the weather was actually not bad. It was so bad, like, this is off topic, like, these are 2 Annie-tubers, Glass Reflection, and Mother's Basement. Like, look at my cosplay here. It is absolutely messed up, and this was all because of the rain. What was cool is when I talked to these 2 Annie-tubers, Mother's Basement and Glass Reflection, it was really nice chatting with them for like a very brief moment. I wanted to keep talking to them, but you know, they're busy guys, So, and they had another panel they had to go to, but yeah, a small part of me wanted to just be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a content creator too. My name's Shady Van X. I stream and I do YouTube. And I'm like, no. I feel like I'm trying too hard if I do that. I also went to the YTV panel, and it was really cool. I got to meet the 3 original hosts of the Zone back during my childhood days. It was Carlos, Paula, and I think the third guy was named Andy. I'm not sure. But they gave us this cool little sticker, and like whenever, dude, as soon as I saw the sticker, I got so much nostalgia, bro. I'm just like, fuck, dude. I wish I was a kid again. Anyway, this one I took a picture because I have a friend who's a huge fan of Blue Archive, and I thought, you know, I want to take one picture with the Blue Archive character. And yeah, this is a Nanami cosplayer. I cosplayed Nanami 2 Anime Norths ago. Why do I say it like that? Just say 2 years ago, bro. Yeah, I cosplayed Nanami 2 years ago with my buddies Matt and Kai. One came from Germany, one came from Croatia, and it was really fun. And then there's this one where they also wanted to take a photo. I think they were they understood my cosplay as well. I know the one on the left is Rize from Tokyo Ghoul. I don't know what the one on the right is. The one on the right is. Then over here is 2B. Over here is Pyramid Head. Then there's this guy who was doing a Chainsaw Man. And I'll be honest, I don't know who this guy was, but his cosplay was cool. Also, there's a Omni cosplayer. I didn't even notice. Also, another thing, this guy was actually doing can I zoom in? Yeah, there we go. That's fine. This guy was actually, he did a small little recording of my cosplay, and he said that he was gonna make like a little video like showing all the cool cosplays he saw at Anime North, and he actually took a shot of me. I am eagerly waiting for that video. This is a bunch of Dandadan cosplayers who they want to take a picture, and I'm like, oh, I love Dandadan, I want to take a photo too. People at the convention, but like people I showed photos of this, they kept on asking like, Shady, why are you squatting at every single photo? Like I'm squatting here, I'm squatting here, I'm squatting here. Cause like here's the thing, guys, my cosplay is so freaking tall that like I have to squat so I can fit into the frame, right? Photos like this where you can't see me at all. But I think it's because people forget to zoom out. That's the biggest problem. I don't know. It's just muscle memory at this point. I just squat whenever I do it because I keep thinking I won't fit in frame, so I just do that. And oh yeah, there's another interesting photo over here. So I was just sitting down chilling, and there was another person who I could have sworn for a second they were also doing a Pun Pun cosplay, but then like the hat threw me off, and the yellow eyes are like, okay, now this isn't a Pun Pun cosplayer, but it's someone who's similar. She approached me and she's like, oh my god, we have kind of like a similar cosplay. You get the struggle. You get the struggle of wearing a big ass hat and not seeing where the fuck you're going. And yeah, she actually sat down with me because I first thought like, oh, let me stand up and like do the photo. She's like, no, I'll sit with you. And we took this photo. This was like the last photo on Sunday before me and my friend decided to dip. She actually approached me saying like, oh, can I take a photo? I'm like, yeah, sure. Can I take a photo? I thought her cosplay was cool. I think it was from Zenless Zone Zero. People talk about how like you get the con flu because you're just surrounded by people. But bro, I was wearing a fucking Pun Pun mask. I wasn't just wearing like a blue mask during the COVID times. I was wearing a full-on fucking dildo mask with eyes, if that makes sense. A friend of mine made this whole joke. It's funny how when you put on the mask, girls approach you more. And I'm like, damn. I mean, he's not wrong. There were some people who were goth who like recognized my Pun Pun cosplay. Some of them shared their like experiences reading the book, as well as like what they liked about Pun Pun and how like they met the author or whatever. But then there were also just random people who like they had like the cutest cosplay, and they'd be like, oh my god, it's Pun Pun. And I'm like, wow, you're cosplaying the most wholesome fucking anime character I've ever seen, and you've read this manga, Goodnight Pun Pun, which is like the most depressing fucking manga ever. Damn. Pun Pun is manga you read if you like pain and you like depression. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna end stream here. I am absolutely tired. It was a very, very tiring, stressful convention. Thanks to Mother Nature. I'm not sexist. Anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of your week. See y'all later. Keep it shady. Good night.
Yeah, I can definitely, yeah. I'm dressed as Pun Pun from the manga Goodnight Pun Pun. Oh, it's really good. Yeah, I got to meet a lot of other Pun Pun fans.